Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the latest edition of the Jacob Elyachar Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, chief content producer and writer of JakeSick.com, a pop culture entertainment news website. If you're listening to this on our audio platforms, please give us a 5-star rating. Please download this episode and more episodes. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, please give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe and download and share this episode. I'm very excited because I have a very amazing, great guest today. She's a Las Vegas-based singer and Spotify verified artist, and as of this recording, she has over 59,300 TikTok followers and over 143,000 Instagram followers. And she currently is supporting both Blue and Aston Merrygold on tours, on their tours. Please let me welcome Max Rae to the podcast.
Hello.
Hi, Max. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Jacob?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to talk with me today. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
All right, so let's get started. So when did you get interested in performing, and how did that passion evolve into desire to pursue a career in the recording industry?
I come from a musical family. My parents actually met in the recording studio, and my mom had a deal with Capitol back in the 90s. And so I just grew up with music always around me. My dad was a producer, so when I was in school, he would put me in front of a mic. I'd sing nursery rhymes. It's just really been ingrained in me from the beginning, and I've just always had a love and a passion for it. And so I was like, why not make this my career as well?
That's amazing. There are a lot of people in the music industry that have come from these generations of superstar families. There's so many of them. I'm thinking Billy Ray and Miley. I'm thinking of Michael and Janet. There's so much Jackson. I'm thinking of Billy and Eilish and Phineas.
Yeah, those are great families. My mom turned down the contract. I mean, or she would probably be superstar status, because back in the 90s, you weren't allowed to marry. She had a 7-year contract. She was already engaged to my dad. She wasn't supposed to marry or have kids for 7 years. And her big dream was to have a family. So she turned it down, which is crazy. But I'm happy because I wouldn't be here. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Fate does happen, and now you're following in her footsteps, and at least that gives her and your dad enough time to prep, saying, if you're going to enter this crazy industry, here are the basics.
exactly. They've been really good at helping protect me.
That's good to hear, and that's so wonderful to hear. So let's talk about recording artists and who are the ones that influence your sound.
If I had to say who influences my sound, it would be a mixture of Bruno Mars and Pink. I love both of them so much, and especially their sounds and what they stand for, and the meanings, especially behind Pink songs, and the funk of Bruno Mars and how sophisticated his sounds are. So mesh those two together, and that's me.
You picked two phenomenal artists to do that. I love their music. And speaking of music, you have some really great bangers out there. And I would love to talk to you about some of them, please, and the stories behind them.
I'd love to do that.
So let's start out with Technicolor. As of this recording, it has received over 15,800 Spotify streams.
Technicolor, that's a great choice. I wrote that song in my hometown in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I wrote it in one sitting. My mom was like, what were you like? Where were you in your brain? I was like, I couldn't even tell you. It just came out. And I was just in a season of finding things are so not black and white. Like, there's so many different situations and scenarios and backstories. You don't know the full story. And so it was really just opening up my mind and people's minds that, there's more to a story. And that was the first one I ever vocally produced myself, and then sent it to a producer in Italy, of all places, to finalize, mix, and master it. And it's definitely one of my favorites. It's a fun one.
It's amazing. In Italy, too, that's just phenomenal. That's just phenomenal. The power of the internet, because I'm glad you have the career now, because back then you would have to take it onto a freight airline, and would have to wait 2 weeks or something like that.
Yes. Thank you, technology.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the next time I want to talk to you about is Heartstrings, 8,500. That's currently sitting at 8,500 Spotify streams.
Heartstrings. That was around the same time. That one's way more R&B, which I love. And that one just was, I felt just the little things about love. That's really what pulls at my heartstrings. Like him opening the door for me, going to the store in our PJs, like just doing normal things, but him just picking out a sweet treat. I mean, like just the little things. And so that was just like a good feel, good comfort, sweet song.
And sometimes the good things in life you are probably the best things in life to pull those heartstrings.
Yes.
Alrighty, I loved "Keep You Waiting." It's a 100,000 Spotify streams. It's a really great song. Reminds me a lot of Break. There's some elements that remind me of Break Free.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you. That's so kind. Yeah, Keep You Waiting was fun to write. It was my first one I ever wrote overseas in London. And it was a really I mean, I was jet lagged, so I was deliriously tired, and I went to bed and woke up like, what did we just work on? And then I heard it back and I was surprised, pleasantly surprised. So I love that one. That one is just about um I'm traveling and I'm touring so much, and I do have a boyfriend, and he's so good to me that I'm worried I will mess it up by keeping him waiting for me to always come back. So it's a fun song. It's really like pop dancey, but the meaning is so, deep. It's just like a perfect little juxtaposition.
That's amazing, and there's amazing that there's some like with Los Angeles and London. I heard there's a lot more pop albums, and with Nashville, there's space in country, and Atlanta and New York, there's a lot more R&B and hip hop. It's like basically, it's fascinating how all these different cities have with music have their signature sounds.
Mhm. Yeah, and I find myself influenced by all of them. I used to live in Atlanta. I lived in LA. I live in Vegas right now. I feel like I live in London. It's like a second home at this point. So all of these places have definitely influenced me in their own ways.
That's amazing, amazing. I actually studied abroad in London way back in the day, so I do love my London experience. So it's a great
Me too.
city.
Yes, it is.
All right. So what have been some of the challenges that you face as you try to stay in the music industry, and how have you overcome those obstacles?
Oh man, the music industry is so hard and is so cutthroat. I think it's hard to keep motivation but persistence is key. I think my biggest struggle is myself. I'm a big um, critic, my worst critic of myself, and I have to get out of my own way sometimes because there is no one like me. There's no one like you. There's so much uniqueness in all of us, and we all have a story to tell, and in any way that we feel that we can express that. And I think that through all of these challenges of even people not believing in me or and me not believing in myself, if I kept pushing, which I am, that things are starting to happen now and things always do work out in the end. So my biggest thing is to always just keep pushing.
Absolutely. We always have to be keeping pushing. It's very important to do that, especially like the music industry, the podcast industry, media industry, entertainment. Everything is cutthroat now these days.
Exactly.
All right, so let's talk about you have two phenomenal opportunities. You are opening for Blue on their greatest hits tour, and also it's their anniversary tour as well. And you also will be supporting Aston Merrygold on his house party tour. So, in your humble opinion, what do these opportunities mean for you?
I am so honored to be on these tours. They really just finally I get to do what I love about this job, which is performing and performing the work that I've been doing in the studios. And these are my first ever tours that I've ever been on or have done. So it's been really exciting, of course, nerve-wracking. I've been on this Blue tour for this is our fifth show that I'm doing tonight, and I've surprised myself with how natural it feels up there, and I'm just so grateful. The guys have been amazing, and Aston Merrygold, that will be amazing. I know that'll be in October, so have some time on that one. But this tour has been nothing short of amazing and the best opportunity and so much fun. I am having a blast.
I'm glad to hear it. And like the best part about it is you're traveling all across the United Kingdom.
Yes, and I've only been to London, so all the rest of these cities are all new to me, and so I'm trying to find time to check them all out and immerse myself in the culture as best as I can. Because most of the cities, like, I might not be able to tonight in Sheffield, but, I'm hoping to get out and see the places.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Make sure you take lots of photos. Take ones for social, but take ones for yourself to preserve.
Of course.
All righty. So let's talk about who are your dream collaborators and how this I'm talking about singers, songwriters, producers, musicians, and how would they enhance your sound mix?
Oh my gosh. Well, of course, Bruno Mars or Pink, any one of them hit me up. I would love that more than life itself. I think I could learn a lot from those two just as artists themselves and pick their brain on even touring and just enhancing me as an overall artist. I think just advice from them would be amazing. I mean, I'd love to work with Max Martin, producer. That's an overall like huge goal. And Ryan Tedder, I love him. On producer side of things, those two are up there. I can't wait. And of course, Taylor Swift would be great too. I mean, it's Taylor Swift. So, yeah, that's a whole huge bunch right there.
You pick some really good ones. You pick some really good ones. I gotta say, Max Martin, I can't not believe how many people that he has helped. Backstreet, Britney, NSYNC, Katy
Mhm.
Perry, Kelly, Avril, Ariana,
Yeah.
The Weeknd, so many artists, Celine and Bon Jovi too. So many incredible groups. And talking about Ryan Tedder and with One Republic, not just with One Republic, the way that David Guetta and Leona Lewis, so many incredible, and then to have tutoring from Bruno Mars, Pink, and or Taylor Swift, that would be like a lifetime opportunity.
Yes, life changing. I don't know if I'd pass out or just go blank. I don't know.
Alrighty, so what are some we're just gonna start right now in our conversation. So, what are your favorite social media platforms to connect with the fans?
Instagram, I think, is my favorite to connect with fans, especially stories. I think that's the most user friendly for me. So connecting truly through there. And then I, of course, love TikTok as well, but I can get down deep, dark rabbit holes myself on there. And I'm like, wait, I should be posting things too. Like I keep getting distracted by it, but those two for sure.
Oh, believe me, I can get down those rabbit holes on both of them as well. And I'm like, wait a minute, we gotta post something.
Yes.
Alrighty, so last question, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So, where can my audience find your music? Where can my audience, besides TikTok and Instagram, connect with you on social media? And if they are able to go to the tours, where can I find tickets for those shows?
I love it. So you can find my music on all streaming platforms, Apple, Spotify, Amazon. Just look up my name, Max Rae, Maxrae. I'm on every social media platform, Facebook, X, YouTube. You can watch all my music videos there, which is really fun. Same thing, Max Rae Music everywhere. And you can buy tickets on Blue's official site. Just look up officialblue.com. I'm pretty sure that's their website, and you should be able to find tickets there.
Wonderful. So, guys, have you missed an episode of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast? Visit our channels on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, Spotify, and Spreaker. Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. Now, are you on social media? I'm on social media too. Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and YouTube. Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. Guys want to know what's going on with the Masked Singer US, what's going on with what happened last season on AGT. All my interviews, all my music reviews are on jakes-shake.com. Once again, jakes-shake.com. Max, thank you so much for the time your schedule to talk with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jacob. This was wonderful.
Thank you so much. That really means a lot. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, have a great one, everybody. Bye.